What's up, Sam Howell fans? It's Big Rye. Fat Guy is on a milk carton near you. Fat Guy and I were 6-6 this week to keep our overall record at 500 through the first 10 weeks, but who cares? On to the Week 11 picks. Cincinnati Bengals at the Baltimore Ravens, a big matchup in the AFC North for Thursday Night Football. Cincy is 5-4 straight up, 4-4-1 against the spread. They're coming off a 3-point home loss to the Houston Texans. Baltimore is 7-3 straight up and 6-4 against the spread. The Ravens blew a healthy lead and ended up losing by 2 points at home to the rival Cleveland Browns. The look-ahead line is Baltimore minus 4.5. It's a tough divisional game, and these traditionally are 3-point games in the AFC North, so my pick for the look-ahead line is going to be Cincy plus 4.5. On to Sunday's early games, where the Tennessee Titans travel to Jacksonville to take on the Jaguars. Tennessee is 3-6 straight up this year, 4-5 against the spread. They are coming off a 14-point loss to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Will Levis was 19 for 39, 199 yards, and 1 interception. King Henry was held to 20 yards on 12 touches versus the Bucs. On to Jacksonville, who's 6-3 straight up, 6-3 against the spread as well. They are coming off a 31-point home loss to the San Francisco 49ers. Trevor Lawrence was 17 for 29, 185 yards, and 2 interceptions. My look-ahead line has the Jags as minus 4.4 home favorites. I expect the Jags to settle right in that no-man zone, but I expect this line to be around Jags 4.5 to Jags 5.5, maybe up to 6, possibly. So I think there's slight value in taking the Jags at minus 4.4 for the contest. LAC at Green Bay. LAC is 4-5 straight up, 3-5-1 against the spread. The Chargers were almost able to mount a comeback, but ended up losing by 3 points at home to the Detroit Lions. Green Bay is 3-6 straight up, 4-5 against the spread, and they are coming off a 4-point road loss to the Steelers, where they too were almost able to come from behind to win, but they just fell short. My look-ahead line has the Packers as plus 1.4. Home dogs, I don't feel too strongly about this line either way. For the contest, I will take the Chargers minus 1.4 as road favorites. New York Giants at the Washington Commanders. The Giants are 2-8 straight up, 2-7-1 against the spread, and they are coming off a 32-point road loss to the Dallas Cowboys, where they closed as 17.5-point underdogs. Tommy DeVito finished 14 for 27 with 86 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, an interception, and 7 carries for 41 yards. Twitter or X user Joe Osborne sums it up best, saying, "Let's give Tommy DeVito the rest of the season, then all of next season before we make up our minds about him." The Giants also have a point differential of minus 148 points through their first 10 games, and that includes 2 wins. Washington is 4-6 straight up, 5-4-1 against the spread, and the Commanders are coming off a 3-point loss to the Seahawks, where they were able to cover the spread and almost came from behind to win straight up. Sam Howell is currently leading the NFL in passing yards. On my look-ahead line, I have the Commanders as 2.4-point home favorites. I will be taking the Commanders in the contest, Washington minus 2.4. Raiders, Dolphins. The Raiders have yet to play their Sunday night football game against the Jets so far this season without that SNF result. They are 4-5 straight up and 4-4-1 against the spread. Miami is 6-3, both straight up and against the spread. They're coming off a bye. They previously lost by 7 to the Chiefs as the pseudo road team in Germany. The Dolphins haven't found a way to win games against competitive teams, but they do have a history of blowing out bad ones. My look-ahead line has the Dolphins as minus 8.3-point home favorites, and I will be taking the Dolphins in the contest, minus 8.3. Arizona Cardinals at the Houston Texans. Arizona 2-8 straight up, 5-4-1 against the spread, but forget everything you know about the Arizona Cardinals. Kyler Murray is back, and maybe that is all you remember anyways. Their strong ATS versus straight up record is an indictment to the coaching staff, and with Murray back, despite how well Josh Dobbs did in his absence, it's a plus for the Cardinals moving forward. Houston is both 5-4 straight up and against the spread. CJ Stroud continues to be the story of the season. Through his first 8 games, he has the 3rd highest NEA among all quarterbacks. The only 2 quarterbacks in front of him are Brock Purdy in the San Fran offense and Tua Tagovailoa in the Miami offense. So if Houston can keep winning, he is going to make a case to be he's going to make a case to be in the MVP conversation for sure. The algorithm spit out a look-ahead line of Houston -8, but with the return of Kyler Murray, I expect this line to open up closer to Houston -4. So I'll take the advantage in the contest of selecting Arizona +8 on the road with the addition of Kyler Murray. Bears at the Lions. Chicago's 3-7 straight up, 3-5-2 against the spread. They're coming off a 3-point home win over the lowly Carolina Panthers on Thursday night. Tyson Bagent, NEA, puts him in the range of Zach Wilson, Bryce Young, and Daniel Jones. So it hasn't been a great start to his career despite being 2-2 as a starter. Detroit is 7-2 straight up, 7-2 against the spread, and the Lions are coming off a 3-point road win to the LA Chargers. Goff ranks 7th in NEA. The Lions have a nice 1-2 punch in Montgomery and Gibbs. And Dan Campbell continues to put his players in a position to win. My look-ahead line has Detroit as -8.1 home favorites, and I will be taking the Lions as large favorites in the contest. Pittsburgh Steelers at the Cleveland Browns. Pittsburgh 6-3 straight up and against the spread, and the Steelers are coming off a 4-point home victory over the Green Bay Packers. The Browns are also 6-3 straight up and against the spread, and they are coming off a 2-point road win over the division-leading Baltimore Ravens. It hasn't been pretty for the Browns, but they continue to pound the rock and put a lot of pressure on their defense to get it done when it matters, and they have done just that. My look-ahead line has the Browns as -4.4 point favorites at home. I believe this line will open at and stay around Cleveland -3. Barring some unforeseen injury. I will take my perceived value on my look-ahead line and take the Steelers +4.4 for the contest. America's team, the Dallas Cowboys at the Carolina Panthers. The Cowboys are 6-3 straight up and against the spread. They had a layup this week, but they didn't screw it up. And in the NFL, that's important. They won by 32 at home versus the Giants, who came in as 17.5-point underdogs, thanks to the entire Giants organization top to bottom. Carolina is 1-8 straight up. They're 1-6-2 against the spread, and it's sure looking like the Panthers are headed for another first overall pick. Bryce Young has put up the second worst NEA this season, but there's still hope and optimism since it is his rookie season. It's just hard when his counterpart CJ Stroud is having such an incredible season. There's always next year, Panthers fans. My look-ahead line has Dallas as -8.3 road favorites, and I will take the Cowboys in the contest. Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the San Francisco 49ers. Tampa Bay is 4-5 straight up, but they're 6-3 against the spread, and they're coming off a nice 14-point home victory over the 3-6 Tennessee Titans. Their 6-3 spread record is an indication Todd Bowles and the Bucs coaching staff are off to a strong start on the season despite being 4-5. San Fran is 6-3 straight up and 5-4 against the spread, and they're coming off an impressive 31-point road win over the previously surging Jacksonville Jaguars. The bye came for the Niners at the right time. They looked healthy and they played well. I expect them to get back in the driver's seat after a handful of disappointing losses in October. My look-ahead line has San Fran as -7.4 home favorites, and I will be taking the Niners in the contest. The Seattle Seahawks at the LA Rams. Seattle is 6-3 straight up, 3-5-1 against the spread. They have the opposite problem of the Bucs and Cards. They have 6 wins straight up, but only 3 against the spread. Is that really a problem? I don't know. But 6 wins where it matters is what the Seahawks are going to ride home on. But I might be a little wary of public bettors riding inflated lines for the Seahawks the rest of the season. The LA Rams are 3-6 straight up and 4-1 against the spread. There is uncertainty as who is going to be playing quarterback for the Rams, whether it's going to be Stafford or whether it's going to be Wentz. I just know that this line is probably not going to be close to this 3.1 depending on which guy plays. I expect if Stafford plays, it might be more closer to like the Rams +1 at home. And if Wentz plays, I could see this going as high as maybe Seahawks like -5.5. But I'm going to hope that Stafford is healthy and take the Rams as 3.1 point home underdogs. This is going to be a bit of a boring one because the Jets are currently playing on Sunday night. The Bills are scheduled for Monday night, so neither team has played yet. The Jets are 4-4 straight up, 4-3-1 against the spread. The Bills are 5-4 straight up, 3-6 against the spread. My look-ahead line has the Bills as minus 4.8 point favorites. And without knowing the results of either of those contests, I'm going to take the Bills at home in the contest. Minnesota Vikings at the Denver Broncos, Sunday Night Football. Minnesota is 6-4 straight up, 6-3-1 against the spread. The Vikings have rattled off 5 victories in a row. A few of those wins came with Kirk Cousins at the helm. More recently, the past 2 have been thanks to ex-Cardinal Josh Dobbs, who is 2-0 in a Vikings uniform. Denver's 3-5 straight up, but 2-5-1 against the spread. And the Broncos have a matchup versus the Bills on Monday Night Football. Lucky us, we get to see them on Monday night, week 10, and then Sunday night next week for week 11. I need more Denver Broncos football in my life. The look-ahead line has the Vikings as 3.4 point road favorites. I think that's too many points. So for the contest, I will be on the Denver Broncos plus 3.4 at home. Monday Night Football, the Philadelphia Eagles at the Kansas City Chiefs. Philly 8-1 straight up, 5-2-2 against the spread. The Eagles are coming off a bye. The Eagles are good. Their straight up record is a bit better than their ATS record, but every team's gunning for the Eagles and spreads are going to be high because the Eagles are good. So it's kind of to be expected. Kansas City is 7-2 straight up, 6-3 against the spread. They are also coming off a bye, and the Chiefs have Andy Reid, who is notoriously good after a bye. But I already made my pick on the look-ahead line, and that is Eagles plus 1.3 points as road dogs. I'm on the Eagles at this price because I think they are just the better team overall. Either way, this is probably not a game I'll bet since there shouldn't be a ton of value on either side with everybody knowing these two teams. And this will be a 5-star Big Rye entertainment game. I'm happy this one is on Monday night. My contest pick, Philly plus 1.3. All right, guys, it's time for the lightning round. Cincinnati at Baltimore Thursday night. I've got Cincy plus 4.5. Tennessee at Jacksonville. I have Jacksonville as favorites. LAC at Green Bay. I have LAC as road favorites, minus 1.4. New York Giants at Washington. Washington minus 2.4. Las Vegas at Miami. I have Miami minus 8.3. Arizona at Houston. Arizona plus 8. Chicago at Detroit. Detroit minus 8.1. Pittsburgh at Cleveland. Pittsburgh plus 4.4. Dallas at Carolina. I have Dallas winning this one by 8.3 points or more. Tampa Bay at San Fran. San Fran minus 7.4. Seattle at the LA Rams. LA Rams plus 3.1. Jets at the Bills. Buffalo minus 4.8. Sunday Night Football. Minnesota at Denver. I have Denver plus 3.4. And on Monday night, 5-star entertainment. Philly at Kansas City. I just have Philly winning, but ATS also plus 1.3. A big congratulations to Asher for going 11-1 against the spread. Very, very impressive week. As far as I can remember, I think that's been the strongest 12-game stretch that we've had this year. So congratulations, Asher. 11-1, good for 92% against the spread. Well deserved. And we can take a look at the Week 10 picks against the spread leader. We've got Asher at 11-1. Cash only, no checks at 10-2. Detroit one time and Bravo Billy with 8 wins apiece. So congratulations to all of you for the strong week against the spread, Week 10. And the leaderboard for the picks against the spread for 23-24. Congratulations to Hoga Boom or Bust for tying with Fat Guy's best friend. I believe this is the first time tied or at the top of the leaderboard. Mickey only 1 game behind with 86 wins through 148 games. We also have Detroit one time high roller CSK Shiv picks. Asher with a strong week moving into the top 10, limited by CZRs, and as well as fan favorite Cassone. Congratulations to all of you guys for being above that 52% mark, and a big congratulations to Hoga Boom or Bust as well as Fat Guy's best friend for being above 60% for the season. The JS715 name of the week. Fat Guy lost all his money at the River Rock, and maybe that's why we haven't seen him, but nice little caveat there, nice little shout out. Everyone's missing the fat guy. Hopefully he will be back soon. Compete every week at Big Rye and thefatguy.com. Don't forget to subscribe to Big Rye and the Fat Guy for weekly NFL picks. Hit that notification bell so you never miss a video. And give us a thumbs up if you are still a Gabe Campos fan. If you know, you know. Thanks for tuning in and good luck with your picks in Week 11.